In this video, I'm going to explain 5 crucial points about 3D printing that I wish someone had told me before I bought my first printer. Hi, my name's Dimitri. I've been 3D printing for a couple of years now, and I want to prepare you for your first 3D printer. The first thing you're going to need is to establish space. Space is a very important thing. Your 3D printer needs a table that is sturdy and easily cleaned, and you can easily walk around it and work around it. So a dedicated space for your printer is crucial. The next thing I'd like to cover is filament storage. Now, as you get into 3D printing, you're not just going to want to print in reds or blues or one specific color. You're going to want multiple colors, which means you're going to have lots of these. And how you store these are super important. Filament doesn't like to stay out in the open for too long. Problem with filament is that it absorbs moisture. When it absorbs moisture, it becomes brittle, which means you need to dry it again. So the way I store my filament is basically I vacuum seal it and I put it on a shelf. A lot of people put these in a row and have them on a stick, which they can easily take on and off. My personal experience didn't work for me. The next thing I'd like to cover is what model of printer. There are different kinds of printers, from Bambu Labs to Creality to, I've seen some crazy names. I decided to stick with something that works easy. I don't like to fiddle with settings. I don't like to spend hours on changing this and changing that and getting my printer ready. Basically what I want to do is I want to load a print, press click, and it must just do its job. That's why I stuck with Creality. Creality has entry level to super advanced level. My first printer was an Ender 2, which was very frustrating because it doesn't have auto leveling. As a first printer, you're going to want to choose a printer that has auto leveling. Auto leveling is crucial because it takes the stress away from you having to level the bed. So an entry level printer with auto leveling is an Ender 3. I think that's your baseline. The next one up to that, you can move over to a K1. But ideally what you want is a multi-filament printer, if you've got the budget for it. Basically with a multi-filament printer, you can print pretty much 16 different colors, which makes 3D printing really fun. The next thing I'd like to talk about is printer splicing software or CAD software. The entry level, which is free, is called Tinkercad. You can look it up, just Google Tinkercad. It's free. Create a user account, absolutely free, and start working with your own objects. You can create squares, boxes, circles, and slowly, when you get used to CAD software, you can move on to more experienced, more in-depth software, but then you have to pay for it. The next thing I'd like to cover is websites where you can download free 3D models. This is basically anything that you're interested in. So if you're interested in 3D printing cup coasters or a game console holder, you'll need to go to websites that have free things to download. One of them is Thingiverse, and basically just Google free 3D models. From there, you'll move on to Creality's cloud if you do purchase a Creality. If you purchase a Bambu Lab printer, they also have their own websites that you can download free stuff, also paid stuff. So we've covered the 5 essential things that you need: space, filament, what printer to get, Tinkercad, and sites to visit like Thingiverse. In my next video, I'm going to be covering basic issues with 3D printing and how to resolve them. Thank you for your time. Please comment, like, and subscribe.